Am I live? Am I live or am I going live? I am live. I think I am live. The color on this thing is still terrible, and this computer is still a mess, but I worked through it. So, there's a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to discuss. I will try to keep it short and sweet and to the point. Let me preface this by saying anytime I come on here, all I want to do is give you the truth and then probably, a little bit of my opinion, but mainly to give you the truth first. And of course, I will add my commentary. So let me begin. I will play this short clip and you will see why I prefaced it that way for you. I hope everybody can see this. Can you see this? Is this good? I mean, the audio should be good. So
that they can choose their gender. So, is this what you were praising when you applauded and I'm quoting you, transformative power of Georgetown Day School's progressive education? Do you agree that our schools should teach children that they can choose their gender?
Senator, I'm not remembering exactly what quote you're referencing, but Georgetown Day School is...
It was in a book, and you gave the quote.
Okay. Georgetown Day School is a private school.
Yes. I'm asking, do you agree that schools should teach children that they can choose their gender?
Senator, I'm not making comments about what schools can teach.
Let me ask you this then. United States versus Virginia, the Supreme Court struck down VMI's male-only admission policy. Writing for the majority, Justice Ginsburg stated, supposed inherent differences are no longer accepted as a ground for race or national origin classifications. Physical differences between men and women, however, are enduring. The two sexes are not fungible. A community made up exclusively of one sex is different from a community composed of both. Do you agree with Justice Ginsburg that there are physical differences between men and women that are enduring?
Senator, respectfully, I am not familiar with that particular quote or case, so it's hard for me to comment as to whether.
All right, I'd love to get your opinion on that, and you can submit that. Do you interpret Justice Ginsburg's meaning of men and women as male and female?
Again, because I don't know the case, I don't know how I interpret it. I need to read the whole thing.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this.
Okay, so that's enough of that. Couple things. So I've heard people saying, women specifically, that this woman was badgered. And if you don't know, this is Ketanji Brown. This is her interview for the position of justice on the Supreme Court. People said she was bullied. They asked her all these difficult questions to make it seem like they treated her unfairly, basically. That's broad strokes, that's where they were going. A lot of people even said it out, like on social media. I read people's posts saying, oh, a strong Black woman having to compose herself and answer questions, trying to make it seem like the questions were somehow beneath her. I have been in relationships with several women. I am not an attorney. I'm not a judge. I am pretty sure I can give an off the cuff, decent explanation of what a woman is. Just, something basic, something simple. Okay, a woman is, for example, the one half of the naturally occurring human species, which is male and female, usually identifiable at birth by the genitalia, which would be a vagina. Coming into womanhood would be that period after she has grown past puberty and has the ability to not only have children, but the maternal instincts to take care of these children, raise them, and rear them societal wise. Just an easy definition, right? Something base level. You mean to tell me this woman could not do that, but people said she was being badgered? You really have to understand what we're talking about here. We're talking about, I'm not a biologist either. But as I said, I have been with several women where women have reproductive issues. They're unable to conceive. Some unfortunate cases, women, they get pregnant, end up having stillborns, things like that. We know these things exist, but on the base level, okay, for example, I have 3 sons, I have 1 daughter. They know the difference. She knows the difference between herself and her brothers. It is obvious. If you as a judge cannot tell me something so base level, and from that actually it gets worse. This was just a little piece of it. The part concerning her take on pedophiles, and it was terrible. And I did not watch it. I actually took this clip from a brother. Well, and that's when I say brother, not a black dude. He's a white dude. But he's like, he's a truther. All he's interested in is truth, facts, and freedom. Guy on YouTube. Brian is his name. It was painful to watch her be right. So me as a man, my stance is that, listen, you don't deserve that job. You shouldn't even be up there answering those questions, first of all, because obviously you're not qualified. If you're gonna lean so far to the left on some basic questions like that, you don't need to be up there. That's just facts. People can feel however they feel about it. That's just facts, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, this is why I did not watch it. From the time I heard it was gonna be some black woman that they were taking into consideration, I was like, I'm not watching that. Not interested. Because I just had a feeling already where it was gonna go. The next thing, I will talk about the war with Russia and Ukraine. I saw this TikTok video. Not gonna play it. This TikTok video of this black woman again, talking about how Negroes, black folk, have not taken enough of an interest in what is going on with Russia and Ukraine. Mind you, this video I saw was like 3 weeks ago. She made the exact same points that Biden made. Oh, it's the breadbasket of the Western Hemisphere. Blase, blah, spliggity, split. China, India, and then Russia are the top suppliers of wheat. Now, from what I know, if Russia falls off, China and India should still be able to supply, right? But let's say you need all three to supply in order to have the supply chain without issues. Why get into what is basically a domestic between Russia and Ukraine? If you know there are 360 million odd people in this country that are going to be affected by your decision to get into their business, why do it? Think about that. If you know, when I say this country, I'm talking about America, North America more specifically. If you know there's 360 million people that if you take this action, they're going to be affected to a point where you're not coming on and saying, oh, you know, there's going to be food shortages and all this other stuff. Why would you do that? Are you even thinking about the people? Because don't forget, these people are part of the, I don't care how much they say Joe Biden makes. With his position alone and his influence, who knows what kind of deals he's making, untold money he can get just from him being in the position he is. They already got mad dirt about his son. So we don't even have to think whether they are or are not. If you get to that position, you are part of the elite. It goes without saying, all right? This woman came on, made the same talking points that Joe Biden just made. This video was like 3 weeks ago, though. I don't even know when she made it, but she had the same exact talking points. Listen, it's basically a domestic. There's no reason if you have, let's say you live down the block, right? You and your wife get into a spat. Your mom lives in another borough. Her mother lives in the same borough, so she goes to her mom's house. You go to your mom's house, right? Whatever, you go cool off. Do you expect her, or would you reach out to relatives overseas to be like, oh, yo, you know, I was in this argument with my wife today? That's basically exactly what is happening right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's Russia and Ukraine, right? They're right there over in Europe. You are here, you have people that are homeless right here that you can't take care of. They're all over the streets, right? In New York City, they tearing shit up, whooping people on the train stations, all kind of craziness. Every time I speak to my mom, she's like, oh my God, make sure you're careful when you go on the subway, right? Literally every time I speak to her, she says the same exact thing. Because she's hearing about it from other people. Like she has friends here that, you know, they either travel on the subway or, you know, friends and family that take the subway. And it's like, it's always something crazy going down. Right. And that's just only one state right here in New York. It's always something crazy going on. You got this whole country, right? Let me give you an example of how bad things really are. Bread right now is the same price it was last year. A plain hero is still 70 cents. The bag of bagels, that bioengineered stuff, it's still $2.69. Guess what has went up? A 4-pack of razors, Mach 3, was $9.99 a month ago. Now it's $11.99. Brazilian coffee. Last year it was $8.99. A month ago it had went up to $9.99. You know how much it is now? $10.49. So between last year and now, it's went up $2.50. Poland Spring, you know, the gal, it was $2. Now it's $2.50. That's Poland Spring. from right here. You have Venezuela, and you can look it up for yourself. They have the largest oil reserve. If you were pressed for fuel, if there was any issues, from the time you heard about this, those are the calls you need to be making so that gas prices wouldn't go so crazy. Understand me? Venezuela, right? South. They have the largest oil reserve. Gas prices should not be going anywhere because, first of all, Texas is supposed to have oil. They've been doing all this fracking all over the place, trying to go, what they said was natural gas, right? If you're putting out all these electric cars and you're trying to go natural gas, how is it that, you're putting out all these cars on the road, people are buying them, so there should be plenty of reserves, right? Apparently not. Apparently I'm the only one that's like, what's going on? What? So when you hear these stories on the news, you have to put things into context. You have to really think about what people are saying, because some people come on the airwaves and they're just full of shit. Let's just be 100% honest and open, right? They get these talking points. I don't have a clue where they get them from, but they get these talking points. Somehow they go viral. They spread this garbage all over the place. Everybody else just gobbles it up. They accept it as the gospel, and people, they panic, they're fearful, all these kind of things. Now, I'm not saying that you should not be prepared. You should always have plenty of canned goods at your house, a lot of water, because I do, right? I have probably like a good 20 gallons of water, and that's just for drinking. Just, just in case things go awry. And I can live on a third of a gallon a day if necessary. I'll stretch it. You know what I mean? I'll make a big pot of coffee and live off coffee and 1 cup of water a day if necessary. You know what I'm saying? Make that pot of coffee stretch like a whole week. You know what I mean? You need to have your rice, your flour. You can bake your own bread. Do you know you can bake bread, like cook bread, like on the stovetop? You don't have to actually bake it. So if things really get Oreo, they go sideways, they go left, as we say, you have options. There's other things you can do. You know what I mean? But don't let nobody throw you into a panic because they came on and they said such and such. You know what I'm saying? Gas prices are sky high. Okay, if you don't gotta go nowhere, don't go nowhere. If you have to travel, if you can carpool, carpool. If you can't carpool, all right, go where you going, come back. You know what I'm saying? Prices is up. Your salary ain't up. You know what I mean? Get your side hustle on. You got stuff at your home you can sell on eBay? Sell on eBay, Etsy, Mercari, whatever. You know what I mean? Do what you have to do, but don't wait. The 8 worst words you can hear is, I'm from the government. I'm here to help. Right? Or is it 9? I'm from the government. I'm here to help. Yeah. Don't want to hear that. You be responsible for you so that they can't tell you what to do because they gave you a handout. That's basically what that means. Last thing, this whole Will Smith thing. I was in the store earlier at I actually went to look for more water today, actually, for drinking water. I was at Dollar General, right? And I hear this woman talking about, oh, what he did was right. He's protecting his wife, blah, blah. Let me just tell you something, man. He wasn't protecting his wife, and what he did was wrong. He was not protecting his wife, and what he did was wrong. There's no excuse for it. None. He made black folk look bad like that. Jada Dunn did what she did and messed up her reputation. You're supposed to keep yours intact. Now you're gonna go mess up your stuff. I mean, of course, there are probably people that are still going to support him. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he stood up for his woman." No, you didn't. You made folks look bad. That's what you did. You know what I mean? You need to go have several seats, man. For real, real talk. And that's all I'm gonna say for now. You know, I didn't even have this thing charged. My battery about to die. But I hope you like the content. Share it with somebody. You know, maybe have something to say that they like. All right, laters.